Hello, everyone. This is MGTOW Clover again, or MGTOW Clover. How have you all been? It has been 4 years since I made a video. 4 years. Time flies by so fast, doesn't it? I hope you've all been doing well. Um, I, you know, I never thought I would make another video again, but I was just, sitting around and decided to check in with everyone. I don't really have a lot of subscribers. I do this as a hobby. It's more like a journal for me, honestly, to just share my thoughts. Um, if for those of you that remember me, um, in my MGTOW journey, uh, I was back in 2019. I was working in customer service. I didn't have anything going for me, but then I decided to go back to school, uh, get into the medical field. I'm not going to tell you what it is, just to keep myself anonymous. But it's the medical field. I got the graduate program. I got my degree. I've been working for the past couple of years now, actually. Um, it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. Uh, I've been a medical professional now, going from nothing to having a career. Still MGTOW, still 100% MGTOW. And you know what's crazy, everyone? MGTOW knowledge back in the day, like 10 years ago, like 2015, 16, 17, it was a very minority corner of YouTube. Like Turd Flinging Monkey was honestly one of my idols back then. Him, Sandman, a few others that introduced me to MGTOW and helped me realize, because I was very blue pilled. I had a girlfriend. I was madly in love back in like 2015, 2014, and then I found MGTOW in 2015, I believe. It's been so long now. Um, but yeah, very blue pilled, madly in love. But I just want to catch everyone up on how things are. Um, like I said, medical professional now. I had one job after school, and then I left that job. Now I'm doing my own thing. Started my own business in that field, making double the money. And honestly, this could never have happened if I had not found MGTOW. Seriously, because at that time, back 10 years ago, all I wanted to do was find a wife, find a girl that loves me for who I am. I wanted to live that fairy tale lifestyle. I didn't know about hypergamy. I didn't know about how women think. I didn't know about divorce rates. I didn't know how women destroy men in relationships. They make you, uh, you know, pretty much a shell of your former self. Um, you know, Not all women. I hate saying all. Obviously, there are needles in a haystack. Obviously, you might be able to find one, but in general, we have to speak in generalities. Especially 2025 right now, it's a shit show. It is a shit show. Like it's women have become more demanding. They their standards are through the roof, and a lot of times, even the older women, like they still expect this 10 out of 10, rich, good looking. It is unbelievable, the delusion. Like it baffles me sometimes. All right, you know it's when you think like all these average and below average women, they all expect tens and rich, good looking guys because they in their head think they are they are tens themselves, right? Sorry about my voice, guys. And they all think they're, very attractive, even the below average ones. So they expect somebody on their level. And again, that's not realistic, right? It's not for marriage anyway. But I hope you guys are all still, following your purpose, your path. That is, again, still MGTOW. I'm still MGTOW. Does that mean I don't have fun here and there? No, no. I still, once in a while, if I can find a friends with benefits girl, I might do it. But getting into a marriage in 2025, oh my God. Like, you're either unaware, especially, and I don't understand how you can be unaware, because if you guys have been watching, online, MGTOW knowledge has actually become mainstream right now. Like stuff that only like Turd Flinging Monkey and Sandman used to talk about. Now everybody talks about it. All the podcasts, all these major, like Fresh and Fit, all these big channels they're talking about MGTOW stuff, basic MGTOW knowledge that we talked about 10 years ago, and everybody knows about it now. Hypergamy, like everybody knows about it, the court system. But still, a lot of men are still blue pilled. A lot of men will still, sign on the dotted line because they think that girl that they found is different just because she smiles at them, just because she says a few nice things, and they get into it, and 5, 10 years later, they're you know God forbid, if they have kids, oh my God, if they have kids, even if you're like a well-off guy, like right now, I'm pretty well off now. Like, compared to working in customer service in 2019, I'm doing pretty good. I make pretty good money. I'm not like rich, but I can afford whatever I want pretty much. And even for me, even for men who make six figures, those guys, if you go through a divorce and marriage, that will fuck you up. That will you'll pretty much start from the bottom. So I just wanted to update everyone. I'm still MGTOW, always MGTOW, and I'm just out here watching the world around me, watching everything go to shit. All the women keep getting more and more like hard to like bitchy. Like have all the, you would think because um because things are not as easy as they used to be, and people not as many people are getting married, you would think a lot of these women would lower their standards. No, 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 no. Like, they still are demanding, and the thing is, it's just delusion. It is delusion. They can't, like, and if you try to argue with them about it, or not argue, like if you try to have a discussion with them, they flip out. They get mad. They call you all these names, all these. So don't do it. Just live a peaceful life. My goal right now, guys. So remember, if you guys remember, I think I made a video about, like, for purpose, you got to have goals in life, short-term goals and long-term goals. So now, a lot of the goals I made when I became MGTOW, right? Go back to school, pass my board exam, get a degree, become a medical professional, make money, lose weight. I've done all of that. Like, I've achieved pretty much all my goals. But now you don't want to stagnate. You make new goals. Make a new goal. Make a bunch of new goals, and that's what I've done. I made new goals. Um, you know, um, make more money. Eventually, buy a nice house. I've already accomplished quite a lot. I already bought a new car. I've done so many things, but you can always make new goals, guys. You can always improve yourself, because if you don't make goals, you don't have purpose. That's how you make purpose for yourself. Because a lot of blue pilled men, their purpose is to find a wife, find a woman, have kids, and get married and live that blue pill fantasy. But as a MGTOW man, if you are not going to do that, which you're not, right? You're not blue pilled. You need to have purpose. Like I said, MGTOW knowledge is mainstream right now. They call themselves Red Pill and Alpha and Sigma and all these names that people come up with now, but it's all Red Pill knowledge. We all, you know, it's all stuff that we used to talk about 10 years ago, and people think they came up with it, right? After like TFM there and Sandman, came like Kevin Samuels, RIP, Fresh and Fit, and now you have all these like podcast channels. I'm blanking on some of the names, but I've seen a lot of them. All these red pill gurus, uh, you know, that think they're spreading. I mean, I'm glad. I'm really happy it's spreading. All I want is for more men to learn what I learned, because again, if I never learned what I learned, if I never became MGTOW, I would have gotten. I would have never lost weight. I would have still been a fat fuck. I would have probably found another woman. And I would have been in a miserable marriage, have kids, probably divorced by now. Honestly, probably divorced, and living a miserable life, moved back with my parents. So, just be wise, guys. This world right now, the world we live in, we have wars going on in Russia, Middle East. We have people here acting wild and crazy. We have women acting like hoes and they dressed like whores. Even young women, teenage women, like all dressed like sluts, act like, and they don't see it. No, what like the women don't see it. A lot of men are actually waking up. I mean, they're still blue pilled and simps. It's hard to override that brain of yours that tells you to chase women, especially when she's right in front of you and she looks beautiful. It is very hard, guys. Even for red pill men, it's very hard. But at least the knowledge is spreading out there. At least people are aware of female nature, and men are aware of female nature, hypergamy, and hopefully they make better choices. Hopefully, I don't know. You just look after yourselves, guys. The world is going into a crazy, crazy, fucked up place. And if you're not careful, look at all these men out there. There are a lot of men that have killed themselves over women, that have, done crazy shit over women, started fighting random guys over women. Like, why? Why are you putting yourself on the line, like, over for a woman? They don't give a fuck about you. I mean, yeah, they'll fuck you if you're lucky, I guess, but that's it. They don't, like, do not be a sacrificial lamb. You're a human. Women just see you as a tool, as an ATM, and as a tool. They don't see you as a person. They don't see you as somebody with feelings and emotions. But we're people, we're humans. But that's not what we are. We are here for them to use us. That's how they see us, is what I'm saying. They see you as like, oh, what can I get out of him? Can I get this out of him? If not, he's useless. They see you as a car. When the car's engines run out, they people throw them away, and that's how you are to women. So just make wise choices. Take care of yourself physically, mentally, financially. Look after yourself, because when you're 50, 60, 70, you want to be able to, to live a good life and a peaceful life, right? It's not just financial and physical, it's mental as well. Don't stress yourself out. Mental health is serious, guys. Look after your mental health. A lot of women drive men crazy, crazy and angry and insane. A lot of men commit suicide because of women. So, women will call you all sorts of names. Misogynist, you hate women. Women use words as, magic spells to get you to shut the fuck up, to not question them, to not think about things. So, but don't do that. Use your brain, think about it. Don't follow your emotions, and because that could get you, in a fucked up spot. So look after yourself, man. Please take care of yourselves, your mental health, your finances, your body. Work out, go to the gym, eat healthy, and honestly, yeah, you might end up single for the rest of your life, which does not sound fun, right? Because our ancestors lived traditional lives. A lot of them got married, had wives. Obviously, that's the dream, to live that, to find a good woman, but it's just too risky, guys. You really wanna play that, take the gamble. I mean, you really want to do that? You know, you want to jump out of a parachute with less than 50% chance that it's going to open? I mean, it's up to you guys, but I have peace right now in my life. I have peace. I've accomplished a lot of my goals. And right now, I'm just, grinding, making money, saving money, and I have hobbies. And once in a while, I might get on dating apps, but that's just to fuck, and that's it. Like, I'm not looking for, a relationship. Fuck that. Like, it's it's just too dangerous. But anyway, let me know how you guys are doing, okay? Comment below. I hope you guys are all doing well. It's been 4 years since I made a video. Tell me how you guys are doing. How's life? Are you still MGTOW? Or did you, get married, and how are things? Are you okay? Or did you get into a relationship? I want to hear about it. Please leave a message and write a comment. Thanks, everyone. See ya.